Blair Kinghorn was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, and developed his rugby foundation in the city, where he would later become a key figure for both club and country. He attended Stuart's Melville College, a school known for producing level-headed, tactically aware rugby players rather than athletes. His early rugby education focused less on explosive moments and more on how to think within a system, how to read space, how to support structure, how to move when the ball isn't in your hands. He joined the professional setup at Edinburgh Rugby while still in his teens and remained with the club through multiple seasons, coaching transitions and tactical shifts. Unlike some players who burst onto the scene with a single breakout season, Kinghorn developed gradually, but what remained consistent was his value to the system. Coaches trusted him in multiple positions, primarily fullback and fly half, because he understood the flow of the game and rarely forced plays that weren't there. Away from the field, Blair Kinghorn isn't driven by profile or public attention. He chose to study business management at Edinburgh Napier University while playing professionally, a decision that reflects how he approaches challenges, thoughtfully and deliberately. Balancing coursework with training showed his willingness to prepare on multiple fronts. Not just the rugby pitch, Kinghorn's ties to Edinburgh run deeper than club loyalty. He grew up supporting Hearts Football Club. That local connection means he's always lived in familiar surroundings, keeping family and childhood friends close. A grounding force that shapes how he manages life under pressure. He's not someone who chases glitz. He stays rooted in conversations with teammates. A consistent note comes up. Kinghorn is calm and composed. Someone who heads into situations without a flare-up. In an interview, he admitted that after a tough match, he'll unwind by watching NFL, often with a cold beer or a spot in the jacuzzi. Those moments matter. Recovery, enjoyment, and perspective. Family influence features prominently. In his story, he's spoken fondly of his grandmother, describing their bond with affection. Before every match, he'll receive a message signed Granny, a small ritual carried out with warmth. That kind of quiet support speaks volumes about how personal connections anchor him. Kinghorn also admits he had to make a choice between football and rugby early on. He decided to focus on rugby as a teenager, a turning point that showed his willingness to commit rather than float between options. That mindset echoes every time he commits to a role on the field, steady, decisive, and clear. Late in one season, he opted to leave his hometown club and join Toulouse. He described the move as both nerve-wracking and thrilling. The first time he'd been the new kid in a different culture and language. Choosing Toulouse wasn't about glamour. It was about growth. He wanted to challenge himself in an environment where reputation meant nothing and performances meant everything. Through these decisions, studying while playing, choosing rugby over football, staying in Edinburgh long-term, Kinghorn has shaped an off-field identity that mirrors his game. Calm, considered, and committed. These aren't lines in a profile. They're insights into how he approaches rugby itself. What makes Blair Kinghorn stand out isn't a single skill. It's how his entire game functions quietly within a structure. He isn't the kind of player that demands the ball on every phase, and he doesn't need to be at the center of highlight. His style is based on understanding, positioning, spacing, momentum, and timing. Those aren't the features that get posted on social media, but they are exactly the traits that build winning systems. His ability to cover both fly half and full back at a high level has made him one of the most tactically valuable players in Scottish rugby. Coaches know that inserting him into the starting 15 doesn't require adjusting the entire game plan. He can manage exits from deep, direct the attack from the front, or fill in as a secondary playmaker depending on the match. That level of adaptability is uncommon at the international level, where roles are often tightly specialized. Throughout his time at Edinburgh, Kinghorn has been asked to perform in a number of capacities. There were matches where he controlled territory from the backfield, ensuring the team could reset its shape after long defensive phases. He acted as the main distributor, managing tempo and making critical decisions in the fly-half role. Across all these assignments, his decision-making has remained the consistent thread. He doesn't panic. He assesses and responds. Kinghorn's rise to international selection followed a similar trajectory. Not explosive, but consistent. He was selected not just because of his technical ability, but because he could be trusted in pressure moments. Whether starting or coming off the bench, he entered matches with a clear understanding of what was required. He wasn't trying to impose his style. He was there to execute the game plan. One of the lesser discussed aspects of his value is how his presence impacts the team around him. His communication in the back three improves spacing. His kicking reduces risk. His calmness influences others, especially in moments where a match begins to lose shape. Many of his best performances are invisible on first viewing, but stand out on replay. He's often the one who resets tempo, regains shape, or covers ground that would otherwise become a vulnerability. His kicking game, in particular, is built around intelligence rather than distance. He rarely kicks just to clear. He kicks with purpose, whether it's pinning the opposition deep, creating structured chases, or forcing awkward counterattacks. His decisions with the boot are consistently aligned with the team's broader goals. That kind of tactical kicking is rare and becomes even more valuable in tight games. It's worth noting how few errors Kinghorn makes across long stretches of play. He isn't immune to mistakes, but his baseline performance is steady. He doesn't oscillate wildly in form. Instead, he offers reliability over time. This consistency makes him an ideal player in squads where availability, tactical variety, and defensive discipline are needed across long campaigns. In many ways, Kinghorn represents the modern hybrid back, a player who can slot into different roles without looking like a compromise. He doesn't have the profile of a traditional playmaker or the pace of a wide finisher. That combination allows his coaches to shift tactics mid-match without making substitutions. Simply by adjusting Kinghorn's positioning, his game doesn't hinge on one standout skill. It hinges on reading the situation better than the defender. Whether he's choosing when to inject pace into a phase or when to step back and allow the shape to rebuild, his decisions match the context. In modern test rugby, that kind of clarity is rare. What separates Kinghorn from many of his peers is that he doesn't drift between roles. He inhabits each one fully. When he's playing fullback, he focuses on positional coverage, kicking strategy, and counterattack structure. When he's at fly half, he directs forwards, aligns phase play, and controls tempo. He isn't just capable of switching, he fully commits to each role when selected. Within the Scotland setup, this has made him a crucial figure in rotation. During periods when other playmakers were unavailable or underperforming, Kinghorn became the bridge that allowed the structure to continue. Even when he wasn't starting, he was frequently called on to close out games, a sign of trust in high-pressure situations. There have been matches where his influence wasn't felt through points or line breaks, but through control. In tests, where territory mattered more than flair, or where structure needed to be rebuilt under pressure, Kinghorn was the quiet force holding things together. These performances aren't easily captured by stats, but they're consistently mentioned by coaching staff behind the scenes.
It's a bit of a mess, but the referee says, fine, let's play on. So taken on by Blair Kinghorn, and Kinghorn is in for the try. What a try by the young fullback.
It's just stopping it. Jonah Holmes off his wing.
First man.
Again, Edinburgh have stolen it.
We wonder whether Jesse Creel should still be with us. We wonder whether Jesse Creel should have gone very, very early on.
Scotland.
Arnold Ramos, la longue passe, on va essayer de prendre le large, de prendre des risques, de jouer.
And he has support out wide. Blair Kinghorn can fly. Kinghorn now. Oh, the dummy, Van de Malver was outside him.
Van Sale. Farrell for Tizard. Good tackle, Blair Kinghorn.
There's no one out wide. There is someone out wide. Now comes the long pass to Mathis Lebel. Chased down by Yorpenko. The little pop pass. Ramos. Oh, and Blair Kinghorn will get in the corner. That is just sensational.
Again, they look to try and charge through. They can't get through on this occasion. And Dawson, who plays half, gets it out to now Kinghorn. Kinghorn with some real pace. Kinghorn with some options as well. Throws the ball on the inside. Another shot for Scotland.
And suddenly Sam James is chasing it down. Good step from Kinghorn. And he's almost into the open now. Kinghorn dangerous if he gets going, so he's shut down.
Big chase on here from Kinghorn, who catches his man.
He was ripping it up come the spring. Like $1 million. Oh, wow. Goodness there from Kinghorn with Flower. Needs something before half time. There's Luke Morgan. That's been stolen. But you can sense to lose here. Feel that they want, they expect more, and they're going to get it.
It's gone loose. WP now with a flat left-handed pass to Kinghorn. He's so difficult to bring down, and he has to turn a pace. He's running all the way around. Rio Dyer can't make the tackle.
Both teams, it's just gone. Slipped out of the sweaty hands there, you would think. Little kick over the top from Blair Kinghorn. Back is Kinghorn. He's done really well to get back there.
Kinghorn, delicately placed. Christine.
And the ball just sits up beautifully for Blair Kinghorn. Skips past low.
One step in, it's broken off.
On goes Faiva.
But it's an Edinburgh penalty that's greeted with a huge cheer.
C'est hauteur d'une bonne performance pour une première, beaucoup de vitesse, beaucoup de rythme en 5 secondes.
First receiver again pulls it out the back and it opens up for Kinghorn. Blair Kinghorn.
Deep into extra time at the end of extra time.
Avec Malia. Kinghorn. Kinghorn qui résiste au plaquage, qui avance.
Crosby tries through the middle again. So does Kinghorn. What a step that is. One more, he might be in. Looks for the offload. There's the try from Husum then. Yeah, it's good enough. Well, cut it onto the blind side as Blair Kinghorn gets a break. The buckle was as good.
By Clement. Hutchinson at first receiver. Kinghorn, beautiful ball for Bennett, who's ghosting through the gap and over. Well, a little bit loose. Taken in by Osborne, but
When he gets a chance to carry, he can be so dangerous. And Blair Kinghorn, risky path, but it works well enough now to Jack Blaine.
Kinghorn from the touchline.
Heading forward, then it goes wide now to Darcy Graham. It starts to fly, gives it out to Blair Kinghorn. Little hitch kick and a step, and he's in for the try.
Is not too far away. Once more to the short side. Quick hands.
Oh, stays down. Kinghorn out to Van der Merwe.
Did it go forwards? They're going to play on, and they're going to give another chance for Kinghorn, but he did well to stay in field.
Kinghorn covering the space. He's away from Smith.
He's through the gap. Here goes Kinghorn. Can he do it all by himself? He's got assistance from Darcy Graham.
This seems more impressive against a decent Scotland side as Kinghorn comes forward, and Kinghorn through. Kinghorn out into the open. Van der Merwe is there, and Van der Merwe in for the try.